You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Are you ready to rock?
This is where the world of pop culture and talk collide.
Hey, how you doing, kids?
This is the Adam and JP Show.
Welcome to Election Central.
We should call it Election Connection.
For the next 14 hours, Adam and I will be breaking down all the election coverage.
Yeah, something like that.
So what do you think is going to happen?
Oh, man. So let's have a disclaimer here. No matter what we say, isn't an opinion. Well, it is an opinion, but shouldn't be taken.
Yeah, we're not endorsing anyone.
No. I think since we've talked about this a year ago.
Regardless of what Facebook wants us to do.
Yeah, I think I'm extremely in the middle on both sides here.
Yeah, I'm totally.
Yeah.
I'm in total. I am like the definition of an independent.
So,
I have voted for Democrats, Republicans, and independents.
I think it's better to do that instead of being blind to your party.
Absolutely. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I think it's a terrible. I see people on Facebook protesting for that. Like, you can't vote for them because they're not a blank. What? That's stupid.
Well, that is stupid.
Very stupid.
So you're telling me that as a rational human being, every one of your thoughts, opinions, and concerns falls down the line of a single party. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
It is. Okay, we have that disclaimer out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like either one of them. Of the two main.
And I feel like for the first time in my life, at least, the majority of people agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. It really, everyone I know on social media, I have very few people campaigning hardcore for one person.
Well, all I can hope for is that after this election, maybe the next go around won't be as contentious.
I mean, I don't think so.
Hopefully, we learn a lesson this time because it's just it's like it seems like for the last decade or 2 decades, every presidential cycle, like it just would inch up just a little bit, like a little more aggression, a little more. I say that, but then you go back and read the Lincoln Douglas, stuff. So,
but look at one of the unnamed, I won't say whose name, candidates. I mean, he's a very venomous personality. I think that brings his people out.
Are you talking about Donald Trump?
I said his, not hers, but yeah. You know what I mean? Like if it's the representation, I think those people are drawn to that, and therefore they support that in that way.
Well, I think hopefully if they really sit down and think about it, he's not a representation of them. Hopefully.
I know. They think that, though. That's all that matters.
But
because both of those on both ends, she and he are the farthest apart from anybody I know. I don't know one person.
I don't think they're really that far apart. See, that's the thing.
I mean, like their personalities in general are far apart from people I know.
Oh, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know no one like them, thank God.
No, me neither. I know 0 billionaires.
Yeah. Do you think in the long run they're pretty alike in different ways?
They're alike in different ways?
In certain ways, we'll say that.
They are alike in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think even politically they're closer than... Mm-hmm. I mean, I really don't think... I mean, all of a sudden Donald Trump is a flag-waving conservative, which flies in the face of everything he'd been for 30 years.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And Hillary is not as liberal as she presents herself being. Mm-hmm. If you don't believe that, her husband is the one that coined the phrase, don't ask, don't tell.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Which was a real middle-of-the-road kind of appeasing both sides when it came to, gays in the military. Mm-hmm. What's the answer? Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
They can't ask, and don't you tell anybody.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty, especially through the lens of 2016, that's a pretty conservative view.
Yeah.
And she, just like Bill Clinton is more conservative than you think he is because he's a Democrat. But he was a Southern Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
Which means he was, there were liberal issues that would come up during his presidency, and he would just kind of ignore them. Mm-hmm. So, do you want to make a prediction?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
You want me to go first?
Go for it.
I think Donald Trump wins.
Man.
You do
the prediction and take a sip of your tea.
Yeah. I think my gut tells me that Donald Trump wins this thing.
Okay, so say he does win. Give me a 2-year, a 24 months from now prediction. How different is our country? Give that prediction. This will be fun to listen to in 2 years.
What's your thoughts on radiation fallout?
How do you think? I mean, honestly, do you think it would come to that? Because, I mean, in that realm, our biggest threat would be Russia, which if you listen to Hillary, Putin and Trump are best friends.
That's true.
Yeah, so it may not be a terrible thing.
Well, I mean, is that the biggest nuclear threat we have?
I would think maybe China?
That's true.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Who knows?
Once he starts
Cutting off everything.
taxing everything that can. Of course, and here's what we all need to remember.
They don't have the
He
end-all
can't
be-all.
do anything.
He's not the king of America.
without Congress.
Even now, kings don't have that kind of rule.
Exactly.
500 years ago, sure. But now the queen's just a representation of something that once was.
If you want a representation that you can't do anything without Congress, just look at President Barack Obama's administration.
Yeah.
You know, he even had a Democratic Congress through the first 2 years of his first term. And that was the healthcare reform, whether you like it or dislike it, but that's why it got through. And he knew it. He knew that if he didn't do it in the first 2 years of his first term, it wouldn't happen. And so they got it through. But, so regardless of who wins, they can't do anything without Congress
Yeah.
and the Supreme Court, really.
So let's keep that in mind this whole time.
Right.
Walls won't be built regardless of what happens.
Even if Donald Trump wins, there's no wall.
Are
that's gonna
people
be built.
do his followers believe that? Does that
I
actually?
think some of them actually do believe that. I think some of them do believe that.
I mean, it's,
They think that the second week of January, the front loaders go to the Mexican border and we start putting up a wall.
that Mexico pays for, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Who pays for it? Mexico will pay for it. It's not going to happen.
What was it the Mexican president said? Like, there's no effing way or something like that.
exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Which do we? I mean, you have to. The last time that we became an isolationist country, Hitler almost took over the world.
Right, yeah.
So, do you really want America to be an isolationist country? I don't think so.
Oh, man.
Go back and study that history.
I don't know how it came to this.
I mean, go back and study the history of when Hitler started his march across Europe and the U.S. would not get involved. And those who would speak out against Germany, that would speak out against fascism, were considered communists.
Right, yeah.
And then, Pearl Harbor happened and, well, that was that. The U.S. got involved in World War II and we won. But in the early days when Hitler was starting his reign, if you spoke out against fascism in this country, you were deemed a communist. You were called a communist.
It's crazy. I think people are just so tired of the same old political stuff. So they want something totally different. So much so they've gotten someone totally different from a politician because he's not a politician.
I think you're absolutely right.
I think sometimes you need that.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with the whole idea. It's the whole concept of somebody who you haven't seen, on the nightly news as a member of the Washington elite over the last 30 years.
Because he calls her Crooked Hillary because she has 20 or 30 years in the political realm. But without a doubt, if he had that long in politics in the public eye, he would, without a doubt, have even more controversy.
That's true.
That's a fact. As of this recording, I haven't voted yet. And I promised myself I would vote this year. It's the first time I've ever been registered to vote. I actually have no idea.
I'm writing in a candidate.
Are you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I may do that.
For the first time ever, I'm going to do a write-in ballot.
Really?
Because I cannot vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton.
And is that a legitimate write-in, or is it someone like Harambe or Elvis Presley? What do you think?
No, it will be legitimate.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, he won't win.
Yeah.
I mean, for the first time ever in my life, I'm going to go vote in a presidential election, and I know who I vote for will not win.
Wow.
But I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't vote, especially, and here's what's hurting, Hillary's chances is that whole, especially the whole, like she had it, like it was in the bag for her, and then that whole email thing broke last week.
It happened again. So can you explain to me in layman's terms about the emails? I'm aware it's bad, 33,000, but I Google this.
Which part?
Any of it. I can't find out in writing and someone tell me what's so bad about the emails being leaked. What happened?
The ones that were leaked, or just like what started it from the beginning?
Well, in general, like what's so bad? Like why is that a negative strike against her?
Is it
because the declassification wasn't there?
No, well,
or classification. I guess
the problem started with her having a personal server at her house,
right?
That she was receiving government emails through,
and so the security
wasn't
as secure as it should have been,
right?
And that's so the actual content of the emails isn't bad, just the fact they weren't so secure.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That was part of it. Okay. Is that some of the emails were classified emails that were going to a private server outside of the government.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's illegal. That's illegal. Like it was illegal for her to have a private server that she used for her State Department emails when she was Secretary of State. That's where it began. And then when they tried to, the FBI started investigating this and the Justice Department, and then they get X number of emails, but they know other emails that existed, and then they couldn't find them because she had, once she knew she was under investigation, allegedly cleared her server. So there are missing emails. Now, what happened this go around is the whole involvement with, this is so boring for the Adam and JP show. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm intrigued, and it is a big election, so it's time to do this.
So what's happened this go around is while they were investigating Anthony Weiner for sexting underage girls on his computer.
Oh, underage now, huh?
His wife, Abedine, is Clinton's, right-hand person. And so they discovered through his computer emails linked to Hillary Clinton, specifically that show perhaps the Clinton Foundation was operating under a pay-for-play guideline, which means they would get donations, money from individuals and countries for favors from the Clinton Foundation, which is, again, illegal. So that's the whole thing right now. But I think what bothers me most about that whole thing, and when I sit down and I'm like, I can't vote for Hillary Clinton because I cannot, like this Anthony Weiner guy.
Yeah.
Like if and this is all alleged, by the way, nothing, the FBI has not come out and verified any of this. This is all gathered from watching the news and reading, online. If he was in fact sexting and sending, sexually explicit material to underage girls, and his wife is aware of this, and Hillary Clinton was aware of this activity going on, and then ignored it. To me, that's a pretty big thing to ignore. Regardless of classified and declassified. I mean, when you start coming down to stuff like that, and you choose a political career and, this whole idea of one day I can be president, and that supersedes stuff like that this shithole was doing. I can't get behind that.
So she kind of Joe Paterno'd this whole process.
Yes, that's a very good. If everything is true, and this is all a legend,
she is the Paterno of the situation.
She is.
Okay, that's how I saw it. Okay,
she is absolutely. You're absolutely right. And how did you feel about that guy when that all came out?
Yeah, I think most people, even in that community, disowned him.
Yeah. I mean,
he didn't do it. He wasn't really associated with it, but knew about it. And did nothing about it.
Sandusky was the one thing. Right. I mean, he's the villain.
Sandusky.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're Joe Paterno and all this is going on, and you turned a blind eye to it, that's too much.
Right.
I just cannot think of that guy in a positive, regardless of what he did, in his career and for the team, and for the town, and for the country. You can't turn a blind eye to stuff like. Now, granted, what Anthony Weiner is accused of is not nearly as horrific, as what Sandusky did, but still, it's all in the same realm.
I know Sandusky's no politician, but throwing his name in there, Sandusky's, Weiner's, Trump's, Clinton's, all Clintons. Can we sit back and regardless of policies, of what's happened, what hasn't, just be thankful for 8 years of no controversy with our president, Obama? Can we just say that? I mean, really, man, think about that.
You're absolutely right.
Say what you want about him, but good gracious.
You're right.
It's insane.
I mean,
there's more controversy for Trump in the past 24 months. He's not even in the public office yet.
That's a good point.
That's insane.
And regardless of who wins, it's going to be very different than even our last two presidents.
Yeah.
Because like Barack Obama or like George W. Bush or dislike either one of them, however you feel about them, there was no there was nothing scandalous.
Yeah, it's not only
about either one of their administrations.
Decision making and planning, it's also representation to the rest of the world, which is equally as important to me, if you ask me.
Now, there's the whole thing with Bush and the whole, why did we really invade Iraq? There's that whole context you could debate, and I agree with you on that. You could debate that. But when you're talking about just the quality of the person, neither one of those guys seem to be bad. Barack Obama's not a bad person.
No. I have people in my family that disagree with that, but no, he's not.
George W. Bush is not a bad person.
No.
Are they egotistical? Absolutely.
I think to be president, you have to be. You even think of running for it.
Yeah. Are they pleasant people? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know them.
Yeah.
But I know just nothing happened in either one of those administrations that would make you say, I'm kind of ashamed they're my president. Mm-hmm. I don't know that can be said for whoever wins today. Election connection.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah. So do you have a prediction?
I thought until this talk we just had here that it was going to be Hillary. Even though the past few days, weeks, even the polls have been closing in, I still thought it was Hillary. So we'll see. I predict that, and you predict we're going Cubs Indians here.
I don't think I have the Cubs in this thing. Yeah, I just think there's a lot of silent Trump supporters.
I think so.
In a lot of these states that they think are going to be battleground states that will not turn out to be battleground states.
Yeah.
It's going to be close. And you know what, dude? It could end up in a tie.
That's crazy.
It could be a tie.
Yeah.
We could see a tie tonight for the first time in my lifetime.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
We could have a tie in the Electoral College. And if we have a tie in the Electoral College, then it goes to the House of Representatives. And if it goes to the House of Representatives, President Donald J. Trump. I mean, there's
no question about that?
No, there's not with the House of Representatives that we have now.
Mm-hmm. So you had the small prediction of what happens this election, that Trump will win. You say in 2 years, not too much will be changed, you think?
Well, if the Republicans are able to maintain control of the House and Senate tonight, they will lose control in 2 years.
Think so?
Absolutely. But yeah, I don't see what he could get done in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. In 4 years, does he run again? If he does he win?
The one thing that you might see happen is you'll see taxes cut.
Really?
He's got 2 years that you will see taxes cut. And I don't mean in a good way. I mean, there could be some positive to that, but I think you will see the Reagan-esque slashing of the taxes for the wealthy in the hopes that the money trickles down. Yeah, I think you'll see a big-time return of trickle-down economics. H.W. Bush tried it. George W. Bush tried it. Mm-hmm. He even sent rebate checks.
Really?
Yeah. In 2001 or 2? Isn't that when they sent the rebate checks out?
I didn't know about that. Wow.
Yeah. Where you got a rebate check from the IRS.
Nice.
Yeah. George W. Bush was behind that. But you know the most interesting thing is if it ends in a tie tonight, the House of Representatives gets to pick the president. The Senate gets to pick the vice president.
Really?
Yeah, the Senate will pick the vice president.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So it won't be, in all likelihood, it won't be Trump Pence. I think there is a group of Republicans that are hoping for a tie, and then it gets to the House, and then they say, okay, we'll put Trump in as president, but we're going to put
Chris Christie, come on down.
Yeah, Chris Christie probably not, but the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to put Paul Ryan in as vice president.
Oh, please, God, give me a Kasich. Please give it to me.
Oh, I don't think Kasich. I mean, I guess they could.
No, I'm not.
He was a candidate.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know the exact rules of who they can pick. But I know that in the event of a tie, I think I'm 100% right on this. The House of Representatives picks the president. The Senate picks the vice president.
Wow.
Huh. What if they picked Hillary?
Ooh.
Isn't that what we deserve, really?
That'd be funny.
It's 4 years of a Trump-Hillary presidency.
That's what we deserve. Oh, man.
Oh, so there's
Polititalk there.
Yes.
If you're hanging with us, thank you for that. But it's important. Like we've talked about it for a while now, not in depth as this, but it's at this point, it's entertainment. It is pop culture.
Yeah, I worked a long time in the, I still work in the radio industry, but for a long time, I worked around talk radio host. And, you know, it really is, everything they say is half stories and, you know, it's like watching Fox News or CNN. They're not lying to you.
It is entertainment.
But it's entertainment slanted to a certain audience.
Got to keep you there.
So, here's the real news, though, Adam.
Give it to me.
Dateline, Barnes, London, England. A mysterious white rabbit appears once a month and waves at commuters.
Ooh.
This comes from the Telegraph. Over the last year, a 6-foot-tall white rabbit, or more accurately, a man in a rabbit costume, has been turning up in the same spot in West London on the first day of the month. With a colorful striped scarf around his neck, he appears close to the Barnes Bridge, where he waves at motorists, sometimes while props are wearing themed additions to his rabbit costume. This is the new clown phenomenon.
I think so. That's terrifying.
Gone are the clowns.
That's so mid-2016.
We're going to be scared of rabbits.
That's pretty scary.
I think it has the potential to be way more scarier than clowns.
Since our early childhood, everyone has a classic picture of them crying on the lap of an Easter bunny. Mm-hmm. This goes back to that.
That's true.
That is the original fear. A big bunny. That's true.
That big bunny's going to get me.
Man, I saw it at Kmart as a kid. It scared the hell out of me.
I don't think I ever had my picture taken with the Easter bunny.
Really? Terrifying.
Not until I was like in my 20s.
What about Santa?
I don't ever recall seeing a picture of me and Santa.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they didn't really have malls. Did Santa come to Walmart?
Yeah, I know the Easter bunny came to Kmart.
Yeah.
I know that.
For a fact. This is a fun story, too. University executive director under fire for Bigfoot hunt.
Oh, what?
This is right up your alley.
Yeah, give it to me. I love cryptozoology.
Because you love cryptozoology and
do.
you have big feet.
Both true.
The head of the University of New Mexico's Gallup campus is under fire for spending money on Bigfoot-related pursuits. The executive director, Dr. Christopher Dyer, organized a 2-day on-campus Bigfoot conference in February, followed by a Bigfoot expedition costing taxpayers more than $7,000, according to a local TV station. It was the largest and most well-attended event in the history of the campus, Dyer said. UNM paid for advertising, meals for guest speakers, airfare, and a per diem. Self-professed Bigfoot expert Dr. Jeff Muldrum was paid a $1,000 plus expenses fee for attending. Dyer is an avid Bigfoot hunter, and in his free time, and says he only pursues the mythical creature when he isn't on the job. He has a collection of Bigfoot hairs and photos of suspicious footprints. So,
do you believe Bigfoot is real?
I want to believe. I don't think so.
No?
No.
Out of all cryptozoology items or facts or beings, he may be the most believable, though, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You think Loch Ness is?
I think Loch Ness is.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think there's just too much population now that if Bigfoot was really stomping around, or a family of big feet were stomping around the woods, regardless of where they're supposed to be, East Tennessee,
You think we would at least have a corpse or a carcass by now?
Yeah. There'd be something. And there's nothing. And people have been hunting Bigfoot for so long that there would be something. I think the Loch Ness theory has a little more credence in the fact that there could be underwater caverns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. Neither one of them's true.
You never know. The Loch Ness stuff always happens in big lakes and rivers, though. It's hardly ever an ocean, correct?
It would stand to reason,
right,
that it would be called Loch Ness because it is the Loch Ness monster.
Very true.
Yeah.
But it's never, is that like a separate cavern of an ocean? You know what I mean? Like
it's an inlet.
Okay, that makes a little more sense then. Mm-hmm. Wow. 2 days ago.
Update.
No. Americans might have just found their own Loch Ness monster, it says.
Where?
Alaska.
What?
Does that count? Alaska's Bureau of Land Management uploaded the following video to its Facebook page last week. It's kind of scary looking. Check it out. The video was viewed almost 1 million times, and speculation was rife about what it might be.
What might it be?
Some of the suggestions were it could be a pike, could be a freshwater shark, could be an alligator, could be a squeaver, a type of squirrel with beaver-like characteristics. Squeaver, beaver, squirrel, I get it. But inevitably, a certain Scottish monster made an appearance. The Loch Ness Monster, they say, of Alaska. Check it out. It's a real deal.
Go see it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Loch Ness pops up in lakes around Scotland.
Uh-huh. But it's a river, right? Like a river, lake, ocean. It's not part of the ocean, right? See, I would think if there were a Loch Ness monster or a being like that, it would be in the ocean, being so deep as it is.
You would think. Yeah, the first sighting was on the River Ness. Mm-hmm. According to, Wikipedia.
The internet.
But yeah, apparently the Loch Ness monster, or Nessie, pops up in various lakes and water places throughout Scotland.
And both of these things, be it the Loch Ness monster or Bigfoot, him or herself, it's always a harken back to the evolution of our species, be it with Bigfoot or even like the old days of the dinosaurs where old things still exist. Why is there that infatuation with times past? Beings long forgotten. Certain people want those to still be around. It's just odd to me that so many people yearn for that time still. And maybe...
Do you yearn?
Maybe it exists.
Are you yearning for it?
I'm a yearner.
You like to yearn? Are you yearning for Bigfoot?
I'm going to bring yearn back.
You don't hear it used a lot.
No. But you know what I'm saying? Both of those have the same kind of origin to it. The Loch Ness monster is a kind of a descendant of the old dinosaurs that are still around today. The Bigfoot, some say, is the missing link, part of our evolution, of human species as it is. There's an origin there somehow, and people just can't let it go. And the fact that so many people claim to see this and know about it makes me think maybe it's real. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, we have killer whales now.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Right? Huge.
Elephants clearly
Pretty
are
big too,
a descendant
of
prehistoric.
Right.
creatures. Even tigers.
Yeah.
The saber-toothed tiger was real.
Exactly. The dodo always still existed. When was the last dodo? Was that a long time ago or recently?
No. The dodo went extinct in the 20th century.
Really?
I think it's either the early 20th century or the late 19th century.
Wow.
So almost, I think it's when the Cubs won the last World Series.
Is that what it happened? Yeah.
It's when the dodo went extinct. I've got some Star Wars news.
Oh, please give it to me. It'll brighten my Star Wars day.
According to Making Star Wars, Kylo Ren takes his obsession one step further in Star Wars Episode 8.
Oh, yeah.
Although his mask will look the same in the upcoming film.
Before he turns to the light side, by the way. It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
That's going to happen.
His robes will be different. According to sources, Kylo Ren is wearing a Darth Vader cape in Star Wars Episode 8. The cape is said to be like the one Darth Vader wears in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. However, the cape does not have the same chain clasp. Mm-hmm. That's what I love most about that cape.
I'm telling you, it always happens. They always come back to the light side. They always do. He has Skywalker blood. He has, it's going to happen.
So you think this new...
That's my... You have presidential predictions?
Yeah.
This is my Episode 9 prediction.
Episode 9?
Yeah. It's going to be Episode 9.
At the end of Episode 9?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like Vader.
There will be, not just like, there's going to be a greater, be it Snoke, be it some greater evil that he and Rey have to come together and defeat that evil.
What if this trilogy is not the redemption of Kylo Ren, but it ends up being the story of Luke Skywalker turning to the dark side?
That could be cool too. It's cool because I mean it's kind of teased that he was the trainer of Kylo Ren, so he's putting good vibes into him.
Like at the that's why they had to Episode 7 just ended so abruptly.
Yeah,
because Episode 8 is going to pick up Rey hands the lightsaber over to Luke. He just cuts her down right there.
Ooh, that could be crazy.
Real credits.
What if? Hang with me here. This could be deep for Star Wars. What if Kylo Ren believed Luke Skywalker to be the absolute good, and as he's training, he sees hints of darkness to him, therefore making Kylo Ren believe there is no absolute good.
Which pushes him further away and pushes him away from Luke and towards Luke's father.
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
I know it sounds weird, but in a comparison, I've seen many people hardcore into church and almost worshiping the pastor they believe in. The pastor, because he is human, messes up, does a bad thing, is unfaithful, curses, breaks some kind of law, and because of that iconic pastor being brought down a notch, the people following him lose all faith in religion in general, which could be the case with Kylo Ren. I'm just saying. That's how I would write it. And that's the way I see it.
If anybody ever takes down Benny Hinn,
That shouldn't be too hard. How about let's leak those emails?
All of a sudden, you have geriatric Satan worshippers. This is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Or what would be, okay. I'm trying to think. A more earthly version. What's a more earthly opposite of Benny Hinn?
Benny Hinn's pretty earthly.
That's what I'm saying. What would be the earthly opposite?
Oh, earthly. Like
if it wasn't Satan,
Yeah.
it would be, who would it be? Rob Zombie.
You Rob Zombie? Yeah.
They become Rob Zombie worshippers.
Yeah. I would like to see that movie, actually.
They become Marilyn Manson worshippers.
Yeah, there we go. That's some good 90s throwback.
Or Charlie Manson worshippers.
Yeah, that's true. 70s throwback.
So you remember last week we did the earworms? Mm-hmm. This week USA Today had an article. It was called Stop the Music, The Science of Earworms and the 9 Stickiest Songs.
Mm-hmm. Currently, of all time, or what?
According to them, this is the all-time. And it's weird that it's 9. Usually when you see a list come out, it's 10. These are the 10 stickiest songs.
Yeah.
No, we have the 9.
Just 9.
According to a large-scale study of earworms, these songs usually have a faster tempo, a fairly generic and easy-to-remember melody, and specific kind of intervals, such as leaps or repetition, that set them apart from the average pop song. This is all documented in a book called Dissecting an Earworm, Melodic Features and Song Popularity. Maybe it's not a book, it's a paper. Oh, it is a paper. So would you like to know the 9 songs that they name as the stickiest songs in music history?
Give me that sticky goodness.
Well, Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
Okay. I agree with that. That's good.
Alejandro by Lady Gaga.
Are you serious? She has 2 already.
Yep.
I like that song. I'm a fan.
How's it go? I can't remember.
I'm not your bear. I'm not your bear. Alejandro.
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Well played. That's number 7.
Number 987. That would be.
Okay.
It's not numbered.
Okay, I got you. That's
So I have
number
to
7.
use my counting skills.
So number 6 is
California Girls by Katy Perry.
Really? Yeah, I know it, but that's okay. Number 5.
Number 5. Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5.
Really? These are awful new to be the all-time earworms.
Number 4. 4, 3, 2. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. For number 4, Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier.
I totally agree with that. That's one of the greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest one-hit wonders of all time.
I think we're too close to it,
But
I think in history,
Yeah.
it will be regarded as one of the greatest one-hit
Yeah.
wonders. It'll be right up there with Falco.
Yeah.
Rock Me Amadeus.
Or
Taco
which-
Putting on the Ritz.
also, Call Me Maybe should be on this list, and one of the greatest one-hit wonders, I believe.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, she's a one-hit wonder. Come on.
Was that number 4? Number
Yeah.
3. Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Right. Okay. That's more of a karaoke jam, but I'll take it.
Number 2. Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue.
I don't know. I've kind of forgotten that song until you said that again.
And according to the researchers,
I think Call Me Maybe's number 1.
you think so?
I think so.
Bad Romance by Lady Gaga.
Well, are you serious? You know I'm a Gaga fan.
That does
but
get stuck in my head a lot.
She shouldn't have 3 in the top 9. She shouldn't have 33%.
Guys, we told you to do the earworms, not your favorite Lady Gaga song.
Yeah, exactly. Does the Star Wars theme count? I mean, not Star Wars, the Jurassic Park theme. Does that count?
That's not the part you get.
I know.
Always do that.
The first Brontosaurus viewing. Yeah. That's my earworm. See, today, I mean, every day of my life, it's in my head. Always and forever.
Dun, 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 dun,
No, not that part.
dun, 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 dun.
No, just John Williams in general. He's always in my head of some sort.
Favorite, not counting Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Favorite John Williams piece. Not counting Jurassic Park and Star Wars.
That's tricky. Harry Potter's good. Harry Potter's good. That's good
I was watching
stuff.
Order of the Phoenix last night.
Yeah, it's good.
I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, it's all good. But that's Star Wars in general, man. I can listen to that from start to finish, every single one of those. To this day, I mean, I get that rush when that hits, which I hear that won't be in Rogue One.
No, man, because it's not part of the Skywalker.
See, that's gonna start me off on the wrong foot.
Well, we don't want that.
I have a Star Wars movie with no John Williams opener and crashing my just everything with that classic opener, and then we're going to open up to damn Forrest Whitaker.
I think you're going to love it.
I hope.
I think when it's all said and done, you're going to love Rogue One.
I hope.
It's going to be huge.
Huge.
See, I'm even excited because they've already started the toy commercials and the Christmas commercials.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is going to be a thing now.
Yeah.
Every year we can look forward to Star Wars Christmas toy commercials.
Right. Have you looked at the toys yet? They're so good.
Then why aren't you looking forward to the movie?
Well,
because the episode 1 toys were good.
It's true. That's true.
My favorite John Williams would be maybe Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Really?
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
That's a good one.
No. Superman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what did I think about that? I listened to that. I have that on album on vinyl. I listened to it quite a bit.
Yeah. I
it's
love
really
the John Williams Superman
Really good.
overture.
Yeah.
That's one of the best.
Yeah.
That's what I miss in the superhero movies now.
Actual themes and compositions.
Yeah. Like, is there a theme? Like, what's the Captain America theme like?
Not really one.
There is one.
Is there one?
The music in Winter Soldier was pretty good. I did
Really?
notice that when we went to see it.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the music in Civil War.
What about the Batman? The current Batman music?
The Wonder Woman theme is good.
Yeah.
Like the Wonder Woman trailer came out, and I thought the trailer looked pretty good.
It does, yeah.
But then they sold me when at the end they
Yeah.
did the Wonder Woman theme.
Right, yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Not the Linda Carter Wonder Woman theme. either.
No.
All the world is waiting for you. So when we come back, got another list.
Okay, lists are fun.
We'll do it next.
Hey everyone, this amazing ESO Network show is brought to you by our fine sponsor, Amazon.com. Please remember to shop Amazon for all your geeky needs, no matter what time of the year it is. All you need to do is go to esopodcast.com/ESO Amazon, or click on the Amazon banner on the ESO Network webpage to go to our e-store. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this program, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Okay, that's enough of me babbling for now. Now on with your regular scheduled show.
Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by Outer Limits Comics.
Sure is.
It's our favorite comic shop.
Best of the best.
It is the best of the best.
No matter what happens on Election Day, we'll always have comic shops to go to and drown our sorrows.
Unless Trump shuts them down.
That's possible,
No
too.
more free thought!
Ah!
He does seem a bit like a dictator, doesn't he?
Very much so.
Scary. In Trump's America, podcasts are illegal.
Oh, no. No.
We could have like maybe a month and a half of podcasting left.
Oh, no.
Then Trump's going to come in and shut that shit down. He's like Negan with his. He will shut that shit down in an instant.
Yeah.
What if he started carrying around a barbed wire bat?
That'd be good.
He named it Melania.
Yeah. Have you seen her thing about the cyberbullying she's going to cut down on?
Well,
Yeah. Delete all of your husband's accounts.
There's the pot calling the kettle black.
Have you read Trump's Twitter feed? I mean, I'm fully aware that's not him totally doing that, but I mean, for the past 24 months, come on, past 5 years, the stuff he said about Rosie O'Donnell alone
That's true.
should make him not be president.
He's Trump. He's Trump.
Oh, man.
What's in his head? Fandango.com
Ooh.
has listed
Fandango.com.
I miss him.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get to this list, how do you feel about Bill Goldberg coming back to the WWE? Oldberg.
I mean, 12 years ago, he was past his prime. The last time he was in a WWE ring, so now it's way past it.
Well, I think it's funny that the WWE never learns their lesson in the fact that they're trying to put Goldberg over as the good guy.
Right.
And everyone is cheering for Brock Lesnar.
Right, yeah.
They even cut a promo short the other night because everybody just kept cheering for Brock Lesnar.
Like I said, 12 years, the last time we saw them in the ring together, 12 years ago, the crowd was booing.
Both of them.
How will this be different?
But then Brock went on to be a dominant force in the UFC.
Yeah.
You think CM Punk will come back?
No.
What's he going to do for the rest of his life? Has he saved that much money?
I doubt it. I don't know.
Or we go to another MMA organization?
Yeah, I think because Dana White, the man of UFC, the Vince McMahon of UFC, said CM Punk's next fight won't be there.
Right.
So we'll see. I think he was very unimpressed with what happened in that ring.
think most were.
He had, what, a good 2 years to train?
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure 2 years training, I could do something.
He did something.
I mean, really.
He got a kick in.
2 years, man. 2 years. Like, of doing nothing at all but training for that.
I think he's back in the WWE within 2 years.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Wow.
He's got to make money.
Yeah. Wizard World, man. How back in that con circuit?
I'm sure that
That's what I
Wizard
would
World
do.
couldn't do him because of the contract they have with the WWE.
That's true.
Which, and we are going to get to this list, I promise. So I was listening to another podcast on the ESO network. Well, it's the flagship show. It's the ESO podcast. They were talking about Walker Stalker Con this past week. I've never been to a Walker Stalker Con because I feel like it's much like a Wizard World. Mm-hmm. They only solidified that. But can you believe this? You pay to go to Walker Stalker Con, right?
Yeah.
That just gets you in the door. If you want to go to a panel, you have to pay another fee.
Wow.
For panels. Like, not even the panels are free.
That's crazy. It's a money thing. It's a business at that point.
Right. And you can't see, like, you can go and you can walk around and buy stuff that's officially licensed by AMC. You can buy that stuff there. So you can get in to buy stuff, but if you want to go to anything at Walker Stalker Con, if you want to see any of the celebrities, you got to pay money.
Yeah. And a lot of money at that.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just And then they mentioned that Walker Stalker says there's no guarantee that the guests will actually show up due to changing schedules, which I can understand that. But then they take it one step further by advising the people that want to go to Walker Stalker Con to wait and buy the tickets at the box office, which are higher price than if you buy them in advance.
Right.
So I think they're using that whole card subject to change to their advantage. Don't buy your tickets now. Just wait. Just wait until they're like $50 more. And then we'll sell them to you.
I think so.
And you can meet Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you've got another $200.
If you want, if you have the chance.
But you can see him do a panel. Well, I mean, if you have another $150. That just seems a little gougy to me.
It's a lot of money. I would never pay that.
Like, I don't know them. These Walker Stalker ass clowns.
Yeah.
That's what I'm scared of. Ass clowns.
Ooh. That does sound terrifying.
They seem a little gougy. And now they've got the whole, aren't they the ones behind the heroes and villain?
Yeah.
Which is basically the same thing, except it's just not Walking Dead themed.
Yeah. Wow. That may or may not be their wives' ventures.
Just,
didn't hear from me.
I just don't like seeing, like, that's not a fan convention. That's not a fan convention.
And it's I mean, like the show all you want, but admittedly, it's not long lasting. It's a flash in the pan. In 10 years, there most likely won't be a Walker Stalker Con. It won't have the longevity of a multi fandom show like Dragon Con. It just won't. 10 years, there won't be a Walker Stalker Con. There won't. Can't.
You're right.
Yeah.
But
so it's like here and now, and just
I think that
capitalizing
type of
on that
show will still be around.
Oh yeah, that type of format. Yeah, but as far as the Walker Stalker brand and name and show, that can't last in 10 years. It won't.
Here's my advice.
It doesn't have the longevity of Star Wars. It won't last like that. I mean, Star Trek, sorry.
Unless you just absolutely have to meet Chandler Riggs before you die. I would advise it, but you want to go to a convention.
Yeah. Well, in 5 or 10 years, he'll be at Dragon Con. He'll be at even,
That's where I'm going.
Even smaller shows than that. Not that Dragon Con's small. It's huge. Huge.
But I would advise that you not support a convention that seems gougy and go to a smaller show.
Yeah.
That could have big names.
Andrew Lincoln will be at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds in 5 years.
And Dragon Con is a bigger show. That's true. And Dragon Con is a bigger show than any of the Walker Stalker cons.
Yeah.
They just don't, it's just not the one day,
right.
Give me all your money. Look, there's your fans. Wave. Now go home.
Yeah.
But we'll be back next year to do this all again.
My favorite part about this, and we're not bitter at all about that, but the Walker Stalker name and convention began from a podcast, but they don't give press passes to podcasts.
No, they don't.
That makes me laugh.
No. And it's a pretty shitty podcast to begin with. I'm just saying. If we're being honest, I couldn't finish an episode. And I have listened to some shitty podcasts.
That is true, you have. Yeah.
I've listened to
I find that odd that you're forgetting your roots. I mean, I won't go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Wait a minute, aren't these the guys that opened the comic book store close to us?
I'm not going to say anything yet. Maybe. Yeah.
That had the red velvet rope up that said celebrities only past this point?
Celebs only.
Not guests.
Yeah.
not I don't know, honorary attendees, but it actually said celebs only.
Yeah.
Past this point.
Yeah.
I was right about the ass clowns. According to Fandango.com. By the way, that started that whole rant.
That really did.
The greatest sci-fi movies of the last decade.
That's gonna be a tough one.
But what I'm ashamed of is how many of these I haven't seen.
I'm sure because it's the past decade, and therefore they're probably not actually that good. I was trying to think of the past 20 years, and damn Starship Troopers came up, and that shows you what kind of list that's going to be.
Have you seen Children of Men from 2006?
No.
Neither have I. Have you seen The Fountain from 2006?
No, I wanted to, though.
Neither have I. But I would like to see these. I just haven't seen them. The Prestige from 2006.
No.
That is a great movie.
Yeah.
You know, you had The Prestige, and then there was the other magician movie out at the same time that had Wolverine in it.
Yeah.
Or Hugh Jackman.
I almost said The Majestic, but that was Jim Carrey.
Yeah, what was the name of the other?
What was that? I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, The Prestige is the better of the two. I've seen both of them. Was it Hugh Jackman?
It was.
Or was it Christian Bale?
Let me look it up.
I think it was Hugh Jackman. Or was Hugh Jackman in The Prestige?
Was he in The Prestige?
I can't remember.
I thought that was Bruce Banner. Wasn't?
No, that was Now You See Me.
Was it?
Yeah.
not that Bruce Banner. The other Bruce Banner. Ed Norton. I'm getting these mixed up.
But I remember The Prestige being the better of the two movies.
Okay.
I remember at the end, I'm like, oh, The Prestige was so much better than...
He was in The Prestige, so that means, is Ed Norton in The Prestige? Prestige was directed by Christopher Nolan.
Right.
So let me look up Ed Norton, because he is in the other magician movie that year.
Which was... Oh, what was the name of it?
I'm going to get it. Can you figure it out before I do?
No. It's really short, though.
Aha!
The Bunghole.
The Illusionist.
The Illusionist.
Yeah.
The Prestige is so much better.
I'm sure.
Up next on this list is Cloverfield from 2008. Well, it's okay.
It was all right.
One of your favorites, Wall-E from 2008. It's next.
Nope. That's science fiction?
It's science fiction.
I guess so.
If you go to Walmart,
Yeah.
it's slowly becoming science fact.
Yeah, science reality.
Up next, District 9 from 2009. Oh, that was so good.
That was good, yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie. I didn't think I would.
Yeah.
But I really did enjoy it.
That was
nice. One of your favorites from the last decade, Moon.
Oh, nice.
From Duncan Jones.
Awesome. That does belong in there. I love that movie.
That is a good movie. I enjoyed that immensely. I don't know what I enjoyed more, Moon or The Prestige. Star Trek from 2009 makes the list.
I'm down for that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Inception from 2010.
Oh, yeah. If that counts as, I guess that's science fiction, sure. Yeah.
Rarely do I go see a movie and then when I walk out, I'm kind of in awe at the movie I just witnessed. I felt that way after watching.
I've only seen it
Inception.
once, and I think I want to keep it that way because it
You
has
should.
this memory in my head of how,
Because I've watched it 2 or 3 times and nothing beats that first time.
Yeah.
You notice more and, your theory one way or the other goes more with Inception, but it's not nearly as enjoyable as the first time. Monsters from 2010.
Never heard of that.
The guy that directed Rogue One directed this back in 2010.
Really?
What's his name?
Was that Gareth Edwards?
Gareth Edwards.
Yeah.
Attack the Block from 2011. That's
Okay.
one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But John Boyega was in it.
Uh-huh.
So you're starting to see the same names pop up.
Right.
2011, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
See, I haven't
That
seen
is a great movie.
all the new Apes movie. I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, that one is really good. Looper from 2012.
Oh, yeah, that was better than I thought it would be.
I thought it was really good. And once again, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
And so is Bruce Willis. But yeah, Looper was much better. 2013, Gravity.
See, I was a big hater of that movie.
Really?
The world loved it, and I was not impressed.
Huh. That's interesting.
Did not enjoy that one so much.
I thought it was enjoyable.
I think Sandra Bullock could have the best performance of the best movie ever, and I would still hate it.
There's not one Sandra Bullock movie you like.
I'm telling you.
Speed?
We tried.
Speed 2, Cruise Control?
Definitely not. No Jason Patrick can save it.
The Net?
No, I'm telling you, you can go on for days.
Miss Congeniality?
No, and no for 2 as well.
Hustle and Flow?
No.
She's not in that.
Really, I mean, she's probably my least favorite actress.
While You Were Sleeping?
Never saw it.
There's going to be a Sandra Bullock movie.
I'm telling you, there's not one. Like, I do not like her.
What's the one?
I feel like in
where-
a past life she wronged me somehow. I don't like her as a person.
the one with the football player with Tim McGraw in
The
it.
Blind Side.
The Blind Side.
Hate it.
Oh, The Blind Side's good.
No.
Oh, Adam, it's a good movie.
No.
Next on this list, 2013, Her. I've wanted to see that and never saw
I love
it.
that movie so much.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, so you
That was
agree with that?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
It's pretty
Spike
high on the
Jonze.
list.
Oh, so good, yeah.
Snowpiercer from 2013.
I hear that was good. Never saw it, though. It's on Netflix all the time. Literally.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes from 2014.
Need to see those.
I wish I could tell you what numbers these are, but there's ads, so I don't
It's all
know.
good. It's all good.
Up next, you haven't seen this one, and you should. Edge of Tomorrow from 2014 with
Really?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Didn't they rename that something else when it came out on DVD?
Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Because I think they marketed it. They kept marketing it as Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so people just thought the name of it was Live, Die, Repeat. So if you go and rent it or buy it today,
Right.
it's called Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat.
Weird. It's like Ghostbusters Answer the Call.
Yeah, exactly. Ex Machina from 2015. I haven't seen this yet.
no.
Or Machina, Ex Machina. You know that Ex Machina movie? It's great. Mad Max Fury Road from 2015. I feel like we're getting towards the end of the list.
Yeah, I think so. Or is it going throughout the years? Each one is becoming more and more recent. That's what's happening.
That's true. Maybe they're not.
It started in 06 and it's becoming more recent.
It just says the 26 best sci-fi films.
I think it's going by
And
timeline.
we're on 21 of 27.
Okay. Oh, wow. A lot of more recents then.
Yeah. The Martian from 2015.
Okay. I should finish that. I never did.
I thought it was really good. Great comedy.
Great comment.
Star Wars: The Force Awakens from
Of course.
2015.
Of course.
That is a great movie.
It is good.
It's
isn't
so
it?
much fun to watch it now.
It's good.
I can watch that movie anytime.
It's good.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
I need to see that.
It
I
is.
do.
Oh, that is a strong movie.
Hey, it's been almost a year.
Yeah.
Episode 7 is better than episode 1, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you liked episode 1 the first time you saw it. I did.
For a day.
We're just making sure the time has passed and we're in the clear now. We're in the clear?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Episode 7 is really good.
Okay. I agree with that. I just want to be blinded like I was
Stronger.
episode.
Even though the story is familiar, but I think that's what kind of draws you into
I mean, I
it.
stood strong with episode 1 for a good 3 or 4 years.
That's your problem.
Until the trilogy was wrapped up, I'm like, yeah, it's still pretty good.
But yeah, I thought it was. There's 3 left on this list, by the way.
Okay.
So we're in our top 3.
There we go.
Yeah, I thought the story was better. I thought the characters were better. I really like Ray.
Yeah.
I liked all the characters in that movie.
Yeah.
Even the pilot that you only see, that everybody loves, that you only see for like.
Oh, Poe, yeah.
Yeah, Poe Dameron. Yeah, it was a great movie.
It was good.
I can watch that anytime.
Even BB-8, it's a great new droid. Great.
Absolutely, and I love Star Wars movies, but I can't watch all of them just anytime. I could watch The Force Awakens anytime.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can't watch Attack of the Clones anytime.
It's a tough one to swallow.
I know. I never want to see episode 1 again.
I don't know.
So on this list, this is a movie that came out last year that I have yet to see. I guess it came out earlier this year. Midnight Special.
What is that about?
There's a kid. There's some aliens.
Now, couldn't all these, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, be considered science fiction?
You know what? I think the superhero movie has just become a genre on its own.
Think
now.
so?
Yeah. I don't think any of those. I mean, some consider, I guess, Doctor Strange a science fiction movie,
Yeah.
but I don't. I mean, they're comic book movies.
Okay.
They're their own thing now. So according to this list, well, maybe it's not according to this list because you're right. Because now we're in the 2016 movies.
Yeah.
So in 2016, Star Trek Beyond makes the list.
Aha.
And Arrival.
Oh,
Which is
that's not even out yet,
it's
right?
not yet. It comes out in a few weeks.
Wow.
But apparently Fandango have seen it.
Fandango.
Or whoever put that together. Does look good.
It does, yeah.
It looks like it has problems.
One problem.
You got Hawkeye.
Yeah.
You got Lois Lane.
And some Forrest Whitaker's in there, too.
Is he really?
He is in there.
Oh, is it his character from the animated series?
Is he?
Not in the Arrival.
Right.
In
Star
Rogue
Wars?
One.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah. What's the Clone Wars?
Clone Wars series, yeah. I
I
don't
think
know.
his character is from the Clone Wars
Really?
series. I think I was reading that.
Oh, man.
So does that make it a little better?
No. I think if I were older and understood that, I would be mad about Sam Jackson being in episode 1, 2, and 3 as well.
Really?
I mean, because it's not a Star Wars character. That's Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that's true.
Really? You've had so many roles before this That's the beauty of the main characters of Star Wars, with the Poes, the Reys, the Finns, the Lukes, the Leias, the Hans. For the most part, they haven't done anything, but this is Forrest Whitaker. He's like a failed attempt at an actor. He's had so many roles, but never...
That's not fair at all.
But he's never had like an iconic thing.
But he's always solid. He always has a solid performance.
I guess.
And it's not the same character over and over again.
I know.
He's versatile.
I just don't like... He's my male Sandra Bullock.
I don't like it.
I don't like Forrest.
So what do you think about... apparently, no one cared about the new Inferno movie with Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah?
David S. Pumpkins is a bigger Tom Hanks hit than Inferno.
That's true, yeah. It's huge.
I do love David S. Pumpkins.
Pretty good.
Everyone went to see a Medea Halloween.
They did.
Or is it called Boo, a Medea Halloween?
I think that's the official title. Boo!
A Medea Halloween.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's very telling.
You think so?
Of the climate that we're in.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to go see a heavy movie called The Inferno about the apocalypse? No, I just want to go have fun. I'm going to go see Medea instead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Medea's safe. Medea makes me laugh. Medea makes me feel good. I'm going to go there instead.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening in the election in 2 weeks. Let's go watch this movie instead.
Let's go see Medea. Because it could be a lot like Inferno in a couple of years.
It's true.
But yeah, I mean, Medea even beat the Jack Reacher movie.
Really?
With Tom Cruise.
Nice.
Medea beat both the Toms.
Really?
Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise.
That's true. That's a big feat.
Or is Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise not as viable at the box office as they used to be?
I mean, maybe 20 years ago, but now it's a tough sell.
Is Tom Hanks the greatest actor of our generation?
Yes.
It's hard to argue against that.
I'll say that.
It's hard to argue against it.
I feel like this guy gets a bad rap because he's a sex symbol, but Brad Pitt is fantastic.
I don't think I've ever seen Brad Pitt in a movie I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, like he's always great, and every one of his roles are big time different every time. Yeah, I mean he's great. I like him a lot.
Thelma and Louise to Seven to Ocean's 11.
Interview with a Vampire.
Snatch
It's
with
also
Tom Cruise.
good. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about it. Though you know my thing.
What's that?
I prefer Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking
Oh, you
Barrels.
do, don't you? Yeah.
Well, it's got Sting in it.
Yeah, but Snatch is Snatch. Jason Statham before he was cool.
Or actually, when he was cool, before he was overrated.
That's true.
I think it's a more accurate statement.
Yeah, it's true.
Before Crank, pre-Crank, Jason Statham.
Crank. Wasn't there a sequel? Wasn't there a Crank 2?
There was a Crank 2.
Wow. Was he the Transporter as well?
He is the Transporter.
Was there a sequel to Transporter?
There was a sequel to the Transporter.
Wow.
You know who I'm writing in today?
Who's that?
Jason Statham for President of the United States.
There you go.
He's not eligible.
The Crank Transporter, Jason Statham.
Who says Marvel movies are shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Not anybody can make a Crank movie.
Right. You know, if they offered him a certain role or amount of money for a role, he would back that up.
Oh, yeah.
He'd back that ass up in a heartbeat.
Now, let's stick on the Tom Cruise thing for a second.
Okay, yeah.
I think, or Tom Hanks. I think Tom Hanks could be
very possible
the greatest actor of the last 20 years.
Very possible.
He's on the short list.
Yeah,
I would put Denzel Washington as a contender.
Yeah, but to me, a lot of his roles are the same. It's the same mentality. Different characters, different things happening, but the same mentality behind it all.
Maybe now.
Yeah.
Not so much. He didn't used to have that.
You know the classic Training Day speech? Like almost all of his characters had that speech moment.
From
now.
Training Day forward,
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think pre-Training Day, he was more versatile.
I mean, in Training Day...
I think he's even versatile now.
Yeah.
He was really good in Magnificent Seven.
I need to see that.
I enjoyed him in that movie. I enjoyed him in The Equalizer
Last
year. But it is a similar psychology to that character. Training Day was really good. He was really good in Philadelphia. Man on Fire.
Apparently I haven't seen a lot of his movies. I should step that up. But Tom Cruise wins, right? I mean, come on.
As the greatest actor of the last 20 years?
Oh, sorry, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
I'm not a Cruise guy at all.
And Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington were in Philadelphia together.
Oh, yeah.
You don't like Tom Cruise at all?
No, not so much.
You didn't like Risky Business?
No.
You didn't like...
Cocktail?
Or Cocktail's a good example.
Interview with the Vampire again?
Interview with the Vampire. The one I'm thinking of is the one with Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, Rain Man.
That's
all right. Yeah, I'm not a big Cruise fan. Hanks all the way.
You don't like the...
Hanks 2016.
You don't like the Mission Impossible movies?
No.
They're pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I only saw part of the first one. I'm done.
I think you'd really like the third one.
Think so?
Mm-hmm. Because it was directed by Bad Robot. Clover.
J.J. Abrams?
J.J. Abrams.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think he directed the third one.
Huh.
But one of your favorite filmmakers of the last few years, decade or so, M. Night Shyamalan.
Right.
Do you like M. Night Shyamalan?
I did for his first 3 films.
I think
first 3. No, first 4. I enjoyed the first 4. I'll say that.
His first one was
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, which was really good.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable is really good.
Yeah. Then you have Signs and The Village.
I thought Signs was strong.
Yeah.
The Village is probably a better movie.
The Village is my favorite one of his by far. I think it's kind of...
I think Unbreakable is mine.
People don't like that one so much. It's always... I like it a lot, though. Good twist.
Then there was the one about the environment.
Oh, The Happening.
The Happening.
That's when it turned... Well, Lady in the Water made it turn bad.
Yeah.
And then The Happening, and that was terrible.
I think he's about to redeem himself.
You think so?
Have you seen the trailer for Split?
No.
It's a movie coming out. I think it's coming out before the end of the year. It has James McAvoy in it. Mm-hmm. Here, I'll just read you this. Though Kevin, James McAvoy, has evidenced 23 personalities to his trusted psychiatrist, he has multiple personalities. There remains one still submerged who is set to materialize and dominate all the others. Compelled to abduct 3 teenage girls, Kevin reaches a war for survival among all of those contained within him, as well as everyone around him, as the walls between his compartments shudder apart. Mm-hmm. When you watch the trailer for this, you see him, not only does he act differently as the different personalities, we're talking completely different wardrobe.
Really?
Completely different accent.
23 different people, huh?
23.
Wow.
But then there's one that dominates over all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's him that kidnaps the girls, because you see the girls are kidnapped.
Yeah.
And you see at one point, one of his personalities is trying to help them, while at the other point, one of his personalities is trying to work against them.
Wow.
To help his other personality.
Huh.
The trailer for Split is very compelling.
Oh, check that out.
I would watch that. I think this may be the redemption movie for M. Night Shyamalan, because he hasn't done anything in a while. Was The Happening the last movie?
No, because he did the Last Airbender, that Nickelodeon show movie, and I believe he did The Visit, that horror movie a few years ago.
Yeah,
or last year maybe. Let me check it. It's pretty. He's done some things that have been forgotten, and his name hasn't been tagged on it because I think that became a cliched thing, and people expected a big twist. I think he took that off of there.
Because the big thing with the Happening was it was the first R-rated M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Right. Well, was it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh.
But yeah, I have high hopes for Split. I'm going to give him one more chance.
Yeah. It sounds good. I'm going to check the trailer out later on.
Yeah, you should.
For sure.
Check us out online at adamandjp.com.
Yeah, and of course on Facebook, facebook.com/adamandjp, and Instagram and Twitter, but no longer on Vine at adamandjp.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's so sad.
Our Vines are lost forever. I told you we should have put those on YouTube. This has been a special election edition of the Adam and JP Show.
No. That's ESPN, actually.
Tonight on SportsCenter. I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
This is the Adam and JP Show.
Face Sealer.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network, your station for all things geek, classic, current, and beyond. Be part of the crew at ESONetwork.com.